So I'm uploading 7 tracks as a concept album. It's fantasy based, but it's also like horror in a way. It started out with just like a list of like 7 or 8 sort of song titles categorized in like chapters, and after that I went through like many stages. Actually, I can show the notes of the stages. Oh, well, they're kind of scattered through the book, but like I started with just like exploring the the actual meanings of those titles that sort of came to me. That I sort of thought up somewhere and then managed to write them down while I still had it fresh. And then yeah, after that, like I just started like expanding on the notes, like with my own mind, and like each song has at least one full page of writing, and some of them have two or more. Um, I I resorted to a lot of different tools to sort of understand the concept I was going for, and trying to maintain that it's not too personal, and but keeping that personalized horror aspect from my mind. Now it's got a spoken word at the start and at the end of each song. Although some of the songs I put the ending spoken word at the start with the start spoken word of the next song. It's about just basically like there's a concept of the mind and body and soul, that I just stuck with the mind and body concept, and I decided to sort of explore it in a way that the body is the flesh and the mind is like the virus of the flesh. And so at the start, the virus sort of isn't sure if the flesh is in control or the mind is in control. The virus, it's horror themed, so and over time it sort of journeys together until they both realize that it's the same thing. And yeah, then I sort of end it on a bit of like like I sort of try and throw it back into, I guess, like a bit of a chaotic sense of like a communal sort of overall, like sort of diluting any individuality in it as much as I can. Um, so yeah, it would help to listen to the whole thing for the journey of it. I'm planning on writing the lyrics down in the descriptions of each song, and yeah, I used royalty-free music from YouTube, and yeah, would I just pressed play on the song and just read the lyrics, sang them as it came to me, without sort of trying to place the lyrics into the song too much. Um, there was probably 3 or 4 songs where I maybe did like, I don't know, 2, even 3 takes on maybe 1 or 2 of them, just from some errors in the vocal phrasing or in the length of the song, and or even maybe I sort of stuttered or stumbled on a few words as I was reading it, but overall it went pretty good. Um, and yeah, it was all recorded in one session here in this little music room. And yeah, my shirt was about, I reckon 200 grams heavier by the end of it. But, it's pretty normal, I suppose. And with sweat, that is, just in case you sort of can't think for yourself. It's okay. That's sort of the theme of the whole album anyway. So um, and yeah, it's hopefully it's enjoyable. I would like to sort of write my own music for it, but that that's a massive task for someone like me. Um, but yeah, I think it's gone pretty successful. It was a case of, I sort of just keep adding to the notes, and then when I felt like it, I would just write the lyrics, straight from my mind, based off all the notes. So the only part in it that isn't 100% original is one of the spoken words. I'll find the one. It's like one sentence. Um, I think it was. Um, Possibly the one. Look, there may have been one or two, but it was critical system stress, logical cascade failure. That isn't entirely original. Like it, by the time like I put all the notes together and shit, like like it's hard to. But the songs themselves are just straight up like written like poetry style. Like, I'd read through the notes, then just come over the song while it's all fresh in my head and just write. So yeah, it was a fucking pretty full on writing process. Like it took a long time to get it all done. Like just going out, living my life, forgetting about it all, then maybe coming back and readdressing it and writing some lyrics, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not all just like this like linear like path to get to where the album concept sort of fleshed out. Um, but yeah, I'm proud of it. And yeah, like it's art, it's music, it's like I said, it's fantasy, horror fantasy, or even thriller fantasy. And I feel like I sort of bring it back down into like a peaceful state in the end. Although the music itself is heavy metal, deathcore, whatever. It's arguably for some not peaceful music, but that's okay because we're always going to have all types of art forms in music. We always have had that. I think it's beautiful that we can put it into song, when we consider like the history of humankind and even what's going on today in the world. Like we turn on the news, and I'm sure that's much more horrifying than any art that I could produce. So yeah, it's a space for that, and I mean, like it's the lyrics have all come from my mind, so that's also a real aspect of it, and that's art. They're able to express through fantasy. So I hope it's enjoyable, and yeah, enjoy.